सारे सत श्री अकाल वेलकम टू द सेकंड हाफ जिन्होंने हुने ट्यून इन किया कभी शो नहीं देखा बड़ा कुछ मिस कर लिया कमाल है डोंट नो वेयर यू हैव बीन सिटिंग और हाइडिंग और गेटिंग टू बेड अर्ली और वाचिंग नाटक सम वीमेन से ओ माय गॉड साडा नाटक का टाइम हुंदा चू योर चॉइस टू वॉच द नाटक योर चॉइस टू डू the naटक्स that create negative energy there is a message behind the nautaks, but they don't need to be extended to half an hour. I think in 15 minutes, virtually you've grasped the idea. The rest is too much tension for me to sit and watch nautaks or to go to people's houses from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Because they are nautak fans. I don't do that. So let's go on to some positive notes about panic attacks. Obviously, as we said, breathing exercises are very important. Talking to someone, so important, because it really becomes a lonely journey, folks, when you have panic attacks. You think I'm foolish, or people will think I'm stupid, and they'll probably laugh and mock at you. And some people ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਸਵਾਹ ਪਾਈ ਆ, ਕੋਈ ਬਾਬਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਾ ਦਿਓ, ਕੋਈ ਬਾਬਾ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ, ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਨਿੰਬੂ ਦੇ ਜਾਏਗਾ, ਕੋਈ ਕੁਛ ਦੇ ਜਾਏਗਾ. Please, these are not things, and they have no supernatural powers beyond ਉਸ ਇੱਕ cordless phone ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਕਰੋ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਦੀ ਚਾਰਜ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੈਸਾ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਏਗਾ. Faith ਬੜੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ. Have faith, but look out for alternative practitioners, but don't look out for, you know, some hakims that come out for a quick makeover of quick funds and return back and leave you with some toxic ਦਵਾਈਆਂ. GP scream ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵੱਲ, stop taking these medicines that you're getting from cheap sources from India. Heavy metals ਬੜਾ ਗੰਦ ਪਾਇਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਦਾ. Lot of people will rush and spend 600 euros in Italy. ਭੱਜੀਆਂ ਜਾਂਦੀਆਂ ਬੁੜੀਆਂ 1000 euro ਦੇ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਖਰੀਦ ਕੇ ਜੁੱਤੀਆਂ, and the symptoms are still there. Half-inch x-rays ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ, no symptoms sorted out. Obviously, breathing exercise is very important. ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿ ਤਾਂ ਦਿੰਨੇ, but that could go through yoga, shifting your focus from that negativity to positivity. Very easy to say that. I'm here, your guidance, and I shall certainly guide you. Listening to music and really having reassuring thoughts, okay, I'll be fine and I'll get better. Having a physical exercise, walking creates a feel-good factor. Very important, not window shopping, but walking. Eating a healthy diet, which becomes a big problem. Obviously, in mine, I've noticed that constipation is one of the biggest problems of methane gas rising to the head to cause bubbles of leaky gut syndrome that leave gases in your body that cause you these panic attacks. And this is where colon hydrotherapy comes in, and we seal the colon and use amazing things, with the patient also calling that all these bloated symptoms were affecting her panic attacks and her feeling of instability and anxiety. Eating a healthy diet obviously is so important. Joining a support group, because you know what we do is sometimes we close ourselves within the doors, folks, and apan lagda ke life is lonely and you close yourself. So get out to a support group. There are a lot of Samaritan groups, the free helps you can get over the phone. Thodi vernacular language de vich choice kar lo. Thoda free time te free phone calls hege ne, but do not get yourself to such a state ke, you know, it comes out of hand. And then you know, I'm always there to help on various levels, and comes in Ayurveda, homeopathy, my amazing flower remedies that are tailor-made to the patient, and also NAS program is just superb. Day remedies, night charge, day charge, chill charge. I had to take chill once in my life last year in February when somebody arrived very late to do my show, and that was the first day I took chill, and within 10 minutes my shoulders were down. I decided then I don't need an assistant, I can jolly well do this on my own. And that was the first time I tested my own chill drops and realized, oh my God, these are amazing. So this could be at work, this could be during an interview, a job that you're applying that you'd feel panicky. And this is obviously finding jobs. A lot of my hat off to young boys and girls who, through great hard work of their parents, achieve such grades in their life and amazing qualifications they get, and then looking for a job is such a big thing. You need to fill up, you know, 15-page. Again, they look at your psychosomatic symptoms. They look at you physically as a person, your contact. One person is just sticking you and your eye contact, how quickly you're responding. Are you jittery? Are you nervous? Are you mixing with them? Are you smiling? Are you confident? All these things are looked at for job applications. It is not just because you've got a, a second or a first grade that you'll be given a job. Your job, you may not even be credible. Somebody who's done HR could be very credible, in doing a job better than your qualification. So really, qualification is there, hindsight, to help you to move on in life and to show somebody that you are qualified, but that job is not secure unless your mental persona is good. Obviously, physical exercise, very important. Then with my NAS, anxiety, Ayurveda remedies, naturopathy, I have seen that the patient's responses with these day and night drops is so amazing. And in weeks and days and hours, they feel good. Somebody is going to go for kirtan, they are panicking. They'll take the chill drops, and within seconds their shoulders drop, and they feel they can then take the stage and be in command for the stage. You'll become more in control when you start taking my therapies. It's amazing how they work. It's like a breakthrough, and it's just breaking that cycle of panic attacks. And I sit down and regurgitate, look at your body language, look at your sitting structure, look at how your eye contact is, look at the fear in the eyes, and then you look at the relaxation in the eyes when they come back, and you can say, boy, that's a week later. This is the same person who came with eyes that were glary, that was scary, that was full of fright and panic, and then the eye contour changes. You know that the patient is now in a relaxation mode and healing. So that really becomes, part of you then. Breathing exercises will benefit you again with having better oxygen. I give preparations to help shift and give you guidance of what you need to focus on and whether walking is going to be good or not. But giving time to panic attacks and understanding them, obviously, in the first sitting is very important. Connecting with Mother Earth, walking is so important, something that our people don't do, because panic attacks, you might just sit at home. That's the time you need to get out of your four walls, close the door, but then they'll panic that would they make it back home? They might faint, they might fall on the road. As I told you, these are not physical symptoms. These are symptoms that have been exaggerated by within the body's response modulators that put you into those so many different kinds of symptoms. And then obviously getting out of your four walls is so important, putting the curtains away and letting natural light enter through the windows to help your serotonin and melatonin hormones to be made at the right time of the day. Sounds of water, music, so important. Obviously water, sound and ripples of water is so important. Sounds of bells are very important, and waterfalls, it's amazing ionic energy. Why is it that when we go to waterfalls we feel refreshed? And my morning walk every 5 o'clock is by a waterfall, and I sit there for about 10 minutes, and it's so magical, the amount of recharge your body gets through. And then I go on to a swing, and I swing, and I can feel every cell of my body swaying, and that is so amazing. Ajkal loki pinga hi nahi chhootde. There is a really good therapy about ping chutdifying. So must do pinga, and don't be ashamed of going with your kids to the kids playground and getting onto a swing, as long as it can take your weight. Obviously, having listening to the bell noises of bells with closed eyes. This is where the Buddhists do a lot of closed eye and bell ringing, and the bells, every bell has got a rhythm. Two folks will have a different rhythm. It's that rhythm that goes into your brain and comes to your ear and gives you that vibration of different sound volumes, as a female or a male harmonium vajja would, as a copper or a normal tabla would. The beats are different. The beat of that bell would be different. So close your eyes and listen to bells. Having obviously a stress ball, but not stressing it so much that you panic. Obviously, stress is just holding that there and releasing that, letting the blood circulate to peripheral endings. I give a lot of reassurance and preparations that ascertain and we get in control of these symptoms. Physical training is very important, increasing your adrenaline, but too much adrenaline in these patients obviously is also putting them through that panic attack. Yoga will help increase and have excess and the right amount of oxygen and less carbon dioxide on a cellular level, and it reduces the oxygen, on a cellular level, reduces the carbon dioxide on a molecular level. Obviously, the cause of feeling of asphyxiation and breathlessness and having a tight chest feeling, try to get out and walk when you have those symptoms. On warm days, try to have lunch outside on the grass and connect with Mother Earth, whether it's chapati or dal or chol or salad, and get the sun and sit in your garden and just embrace that time. I don't know if you're going to be blessed with a great summer, God knows, but every day try to make the best of it. And that would help you feel much better. Heavy chest feelings, walking outside is so important, because that could make you have many call outs of ambulances who probably think you are actually faking it and it's not actually a heart attack. But really, it's the triggers. What is the trigger factors is what we need to attain. Sensation that your heart is very irregular, and then you start sweating, and then you start trembling, and then you have the hot flush, and then you get the chills. And during that time, the shortness of breath starts coming in, and you're panicking and puffing and panting, and everybody thinks like, oh, we need to call the ambulance. Obviously, choking sensations, where I said people panic to even swallow a capsule, but they could happily eat a laddu and something, sweet or a mithai or a cake, that's fine. So those kind of choking sensations can happen. Chest pain, nausea, dizziness. One of my patients also has called in live into the show telling about her dizziness was so bad that she had to literally sit at home and wait for this dizzy spells to go, and within the first week she was fine from my treatment. Feeling of faint and numbness in hands, pins and needles is very uncomfortable. Pins and needles, obviously dry mouth, and the wanting to go to the toilet as if they're going to have a mini diarrhea. Ringing in the ears is also part of a panic attack, but also on a psychosomatic symptoms, or it could be really ringing in the ears, could be quite genuine, so that has to be looked on a different level. Churning stomach, as if they feel like everything's just going round in their stomach, a big rush of acid reflux coming out all through panic, and that could lead you with a minor heartburn that could be due to the panic attack. Shivering, suddenly jittering and shivering, feeling cold. The symptoms of panic attack are so unpleasant and so wide and so varied that they can be confused for many other illnesses. And they are being accompanied with thoughts of fear and terror. So when this fear and terror come in, the panic attack comes in. Although panic attack is not life-threatening, folks, and it does not cause any physical damage to the body, but certainly to the insecurity and feeling of as if you're going mad or insane, and everybody thinks that you're making it up. Obviously, the constant fear of anxiety and fear when you would have the next attack would be another panic attack. So one thing leads on to another. A caffeine dependency, let's go into the bad foods and then going on to the good foods. Caffeine dependency, obviously serious problems, because some people don't feel they can relax without that caffeine. A lady calls me with huge amount of issues of overweight, but thinks that she cannot do without tea, and she was begging and pleading, and I literally had to put the phone down to say if I cannot be firm, and it was like she was wanting me to approve of her caffeine, yet I had given her a choice of my own healthy tea. But it is a dependency of holding a cup. I gave her a choice of another hot drink, which is a very healthier choice. Sometimes you have to be assertive with some people. Obviously, then comes in food sensitivities, food intolerances that we spoke lead on to lots of other problems with maldigestion, stomach gases, constipation, food doesn't digest, you haven't opened your bowels for 4 days, more gas, more methane gas, more fogginess, more confusion, and more dizziness, because the methane gas is making your head go round and round. Then this is where comes in the leaky gut syndrome that I attend quite rigorously and very successfully. Stomach imbalances due to digestive enzymes being biggest problem for so many illnesses, and obviously constipation that I endorse and give so much preference. Too much sugar and salt, always a problem. So many people obviously in Glasgow have already changed, in Edinburgh have changed, down south it's a mission trying to change the household woman shopping habits to carry on using white salt and pink salt lacquer. They will keep a little bottle this size by this salt, while we sell 1 kg of salt, which is the purest, but it's not added with the bulker white salt. Be very careful what you're getting in the market. And obviously sugar, one of the biggest sweet poisons known on earth, that seem to be, you know, a little short burst of sugar wanting. Reducing mayonnaise, MSG, one of the biggest culprits. For many other health conditions, guar gum will make you flutter, will make you gassy, will bloat you, and you'll panic. And bloatedness is a very uncomfortable feeling where the diaphragm is raised and you get that flutter and you think you're getting a heart attack, because the bigger the belly, the smaller the rib cage and the smaller the cavity between each organ. Rab ne any vadiya is like chipping cards, ik layer de vich, ik ang de vich jagah rakhiya for electrical parameters to resonate one organ to another. Amazing wiring, amazing plumbing, we fail to understand and appreciate it. You need to make the right choice between birth and death. I told you in the beginning is a letter C, which is the choice we make. And then obviously going on to the good foods, folks, have regular walking exercise, so important, power walking. Get onto the green, walk barefooted. If your grass is clean and you know that no dogs and cats have been there, it's the best thing you can do. Walking on dew in the morning, it is so therapeutic, walking barefooted. But in the park, you don't know who's done what and what dog has left what residue. Connect with Mother Earth, having your 5 veg and 5 fruits a day, it is so important. Increasing your water intake is so important. Dehydration can make you feel like you have a dry mouth, and that dry mouth will make you feel like your talu is dry and the throat will asphyxiate with dryness, and then you think you're getting a panic attack. See how one thing is linking onto another, folks, you know, so that's an issue. Obviously green tea 2 cups a day, which is my matcha tea. Do not go for rubbish powdered packet teas. And there's a lot of cheap stuff, there's a lot of toxic teas, there's a lot of teas that are coming from China which are not properly diagnosed or have not got proper analytic proofs. They do have metals, be very careful, and how they're processed. Reducing bad fats obviously, and going on oils, and going on to the good oils, coconut, obviously homemade ghee and butter, but also depends on your cholesterol levels. Until you do not come to me for a consultation, I do not make any choice. Right now you are only having a guidance and knowledge for you to ascertain whether your symptoms need assessment. And please feel free to call me on 07886880591. Email ID manjeetkaur51@yahoo.co.uk. Do not ask for support of diet or pinyadi recipe. Certainly not will get pinyadi recipe, because you will not have those products. 10 formulas they are very complex. You will not be able to purchase them. You don't know what to add in them. These are my own formulas that I've done with 6 years of hard work, and now 10 formulas ban gane. Amazing super brain food. But we also now have MS, muscular dystrophy, and muscular problems are odiyan piniyan. Going on to the good foods, that chamomile herb tea, again quality, not looking at the cheapness of the product, because that leaf could have fungus, that leaf could be dried in a very bad way, and you are not getting any good properties. Chamomile herb tea in its purest form with the flower in it has amazing benefits. Let's go on to the juice of the day. Obviously would be going organic for sure. Everything must be organic. Go for from jittering, but again, that cannot be done without a scan. Amazing changes that people have traveled from Newcastle to Edinburgh because they find it close and said, oh my God, I never knew I had ear problems. I didn't mention ear problems, but I certainly have ear problems. And I didn't mention about my vision on my form, and I certainly have vision. So this is the amazing thing about NAS, and this is the thing I embrace. There's so many tests and food intolerances. People go out and spend 75 pounds, 115 pounds and get nothing. Maybe 20% after removing those foods off for about 3 months on the trot. Some foods must be removed for a wee bit longer. But what I do, I actually get the body to absorb that food and remove the allergen so that food doesn't become a sensitivity or an intolerance. How fab could that be? Then going on to the adrenal nervous relaxant drops that I do, those are amazing, superb, and adrenal relaxant, amazing, anxiety, amazing. And then I have my own stress reducing herbs encapsulation. You get fabulous results with that. Then come in the valerian tea, which is very calming for the mind and body and the stomach. You can add a bit of ginger and a bit of fresh dhania. And then lemon balm tea as the pure lemon balm, but just don't go for rubbish stuff. And lavender tea. If you've got lavender growing this summer, pick it up and dry it, folks. I've got so much beautiful lavender in one of my properties, and I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to wash it, and I'm going to preserve it and use it for my lavender tea. One of my best teas is hibiscus tea, which I bring from Egypt, and that is fabulous. It's an amazing, and most of my patients who come from China for colon hydrotherapy, from Shanghai and Peking, always bring me the amazing, really, really fabulous quality Chinese teas. These are really fabulous that they are not even available in UK. So really everything comes to diet and support and mental concept, because what is happening with the state of the mind and why these symptoms are exaggerating, and they then our body's normal response modulators mimic those conditions, and then you have this full-blown symptoms. So, you know, please call me on 07886 880591 number te. Email ID manjeetkaur51@yahoo.co.uk, and my pinya vaste sales@manjeetshop.co.uk. हर रोज़ आपा दाल रोटी खाने, हर रोज़ आपा चाह लेने, हर रोज़ लोग की बिस्किट डबोंदे ने. Pinya seems to be a choice for people. They'll take them twice and they'll say, ਲੈ ਤਾਂ ਲਈਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ, ਹੋਰ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ? So ਮਠਿਆਈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਮਠਿਆਈ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਖਾਓਗੇ, ਜਾਂ ਮਠਿਆਈ ਵਿਆਹਾਂ 'ਚ ਖਾਓਗੇ, regular. People are consuming about 4,500 calories in one afternoon at weddings. I've ascertained what is being consumed. I preferred to take my own juices, and I had 9 lemons yesterday squeezed in the water. I think they ran out of lemons at the wedding, and that was the best drink I'd had, which is my own lemon scunjmi. And it was a fine afternoon. But these are all, some people cannot digest lemons, so I'm not saying that it will help you, but that is because when the body is in its alkaline state, lemon is alkaline, it is not acid. So don't say कि मैं lemon सुन के ला लिया तो मैंने तो सारे दिन डकार आंदे रहे, मन तो acidity होगी, मेरे तो गोडे दुखन लग पे, मेरे तो मोडे दुखन लग पे. And these things are because you're already so toxic that if you do put some herb, it acts like a chadu, it acts like a hoover, as a vacuumizer, and is taking the toxin out and shifting the uric and urea. So you might have watched my shows on urea and uric acid. Again, keep tuned onto the shows and keep listening. Whole host of ideas are given, whole host of good foods. My journey with you is to take you on to a happier medium, healthier medium. Our community's health is our wealth. ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਕੱਲ ਦੀ ਜਵਾਨੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ 10-20 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਬਾਅਦ they are going to be victims of diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure, heart conditions, early strokes, MS, ME, osteoporosis knocking on young girls, watch my words. Too much fizzy drinks are being had, which actually attack the bones. This phosphoric acid actually makes your bones brittle. How sad can that be? Okay, young girls will be having osteopenia, osteoporosis. Polycystic ovaries is a huge problem, coming through lots of bad foods, but also hormonal changes, fungus and bacteria and tongue thrushes, serious problems, blood flukes, too much parasites, ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਪਾਣੇ, ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਖੂਨ ਚ ਫਿਰਦਾ, you'll be absolutely shocked that so many human parasites are in the blood that can actually mock many symptoms, and the body has to be cleansed. So the whole process of coming to me is to first assess you, diagnose you, and then to guide you, treat you, take you onto a food support, but also onto my therapies and Ayurveda supports, but also always on positive thinking. But here I'm here to guide you every evening on the Monday at 9:40 p.m. Taking life, risk in a life, obviously, if you make it with your hard work, you sit and you go onto the top of the roof and dance about it. If you lose, you can guide, because life is a guidance. Apa koi bhi sikh ke kuch nahi aaye. Let me take you to another Akal health show. Let me be your guardian, and let me take you to another subject on a very fine evening next Monday at 9:40 p.m. Keep watching Manjeet Kaur's health shows, chat shows, and cook shows. Take you again to another show, same time, same place. Take care of yourself and each other. Sat Sri Akal.